If you're new to the channel or forgot, we had a tornado come through about a month ago, and this is what it did to our roll-up doors on the barn. It felt like forever, but the insurance company finally came through and were out with the old and in with the new. The door guy explained to us that this roll-up door has gaps in it, and when the wind goes up into the rolly part, it forced it to unroll and then pushed it out through the opening. So the best thing to replace that with, instead of a roll-up storm door, would be a garage style door that doesn't have that gap. But of course you can't do a farm project without supervision by one of the animals, so Katniss volunteered to watch them. And here they are all finished. Instead of rolling up in a ball, they roll on a track just like a garage door, and now they're in sections, so if we need to replace a section we can just do a small part. We can also put reinforcements in those sections, which we will be doing shortly. When it's rolled up, there's no more gap, so it has this rubber here so that it won't beat against the barn. And it seals up that gap right there. It is so nice to feel the breeze between these open doors. We did make it through May and June without being in the hundreds. So that's amazing. Everybody keeps saying it's gonna be so hot, but I don't think it's gonna be here unless July and August are gonna be bad, which they usually are anyway, but at least we haven't already been in the hundreds. We'll see. This is Helga. We have Idaho pasture pigs on this farm. She is a gray Snickers born right here on this farm, and she is miserably pregnant and wants to get those babies out of her belly. She's been slow, not eating a whole lot, and that has me a little bit worried. A few of our gilts were getting sick before they had babies, right before, and they weren't really eating, so I wanted to make sure Helga was getting enough calories, especially for that last boost before she actually farrowed. This is a calorie builder called Dine. I just wanted to make sure that I tried everything before she gave birth. Then 2 days past her due date, guess what happened?
No, it's just pureed.
But I think we had a bunch of boys.
Yep.
I think almost all of them are, all but one. And this is when they were 4 days old, already with mama. We'll be keeping our eye on these boars for either feeders or breeders, either one. Go to our website. They're available when they're 8 weeks old. I won't even keep this a surprise. I'm getting more sheep. I told you I was in love with the Shetland breed, and I need more shade in here because it's freaking hot. Okay, so the first thing you saw me do was measure out where each of the posts were going to go. I usually base that on what shade cloth I have or what I'm going to purchase. And here I have a tree over to the right, so I didn't want it to hit that. So I got a 10 by 10. It works best for in here. I'm just removing some of the loose dirt that the auger left in there with a post hole digger. We always go to Tractor Supply for pressure treated posts, and these in particular are 4 to 5 inches in diameter, and they're 8 foot long. I was able to go about 2 feet deep with that auger, so I'll need about 3/4 of a 60-pound bag of concrete to fill that up. I kind of forgot how much it used, so I only used half a bag and it worked just fine. We try to make these posts as level as possible, but you gotta remember the surface of the post is not uniform. Tomorrow I'm going to make sure that it has enough water in here that's not still loose and it's pretty set. And then in a couple of days I'll cover it back over so it won't keep water in the bottom of it. That can rot this post out even though it's pressure treated. So here it is, our 10 by 10 shade cloth. This is 90% block. It has these grommets in here. I would not suggest whatever brand, the cheapo brand from Amazon, because those grommets don't look very secure. We put an eyelet through this post and then put this locking chain thing on there. That's so that we can take the shade cloth off if we need to without having to undo all of the cable. We also put this little U-bend thing there so it won't wear out the cable and splinter it, and then a cable lock at the end of each corner. We also use 2 cable locks at the ends of the cable so we can secure it all together on those 4 posts. And that's how we make our shade. We had to send the John Deere in here in the pig pasture to mow that down because unfortunately we didn't make the gate wide enough. That is on the to-do list. We do have to mow in here in the grazing area for the pigs. Even though Idaho pasture pigs are very good at grazing, it is too dadgum hot in the summertime for them to come out during the day. So they can't keep up with it. We also have a bunch of weeds in here that are not very palatable. We have to control the woolly croton or goat weed, the broomweed, horse nettle, and everybody's hated plant, ragweed. We have to do the same thing for the rest of the property, but for that we use the brush hog. It takes quite a bit of time to do all this in the sun, and this tractor does not come with a radio. Our neighbor's trying to clean things up around his house, and he decided to sell this brush hog. And we kept thinking, well, maybe we should because we really can't do without it. But we just bought the horse trailer from him, and we've had other expenses come up. But really, when it comes down to it, we gotta have it. It's still in really good condition. It's fairly new, and the brand new ones at Tractor Supply and Atwoods are about the third of the size of this one. But the price is about the same, so he worked out a payment plan with us, and this brush hog is now ours. The dogs are still part of the farm too, and you might be wondering how Walker's doing. We've had him for a month now, and he's getting better on the leash, but he almost always has to have something in his mouth, like a pine cone. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I upload most Sundays and you can keep watching us grow our farm. Have a good one.